Hi everybody, and welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to another course vlog. This time we're here at the S at Rancho Mirage. The S, that stands for the Sinatra. This used to be Frank Sinatra's home course. He owned this place for a long time. It's a really old school Palm Springs track out here. It'll be a great test. Hey, please click that subscribe button down below if you haven't already. A lot of course vlogs just like this. Stay tuned. Here we go with number one, straight off the parking lot and next to the driving range. We're going to have a series of shorter par 4s to start the day here. The first one only plays 340 yards from the black tees, and it's going to be just a layup off the tee, not too much trouble except for these tall trees creating quite a narrow corridor down here into a semi-protected green, especially if you go long. And as with most greens here at the S, they're going to be somewhat smaller and quite undulating. You got to be in the right sections and underneath the hole. Now, like I said, it's a little bit of a layup here off the tee, just a 4-iron, not even my driving 2-iron, just a 4-iron here down about 220 yards down the fairway. Left myself a nice gap wedge here into this center right hole location I had today. And just put this one right in the middle of the green, hoping to roll in this 20 to 25 footer. Unfortunately, I really didn't read this green properly, nor did I really take my time practicing on the putting green to get the speed of the greens down today. And right off the gate, that's going to prove pretty costly, as a 3-putt bogey here from 20 to 25 feet is not ideal at all. I like those comfy pars, not a 3-putt bogey. Hey, on to number 2, a 400-yard par 4. It's going to be another one that's stick straight. You're going to see a lot of these kind of stick straight, old school Palm Springs par 4s today. Off the tee, though, there is a lot of trouble with those 2 bunkers pinching the landing area quite significantly. You got a choice of laying it short or taking it over all the trouble if you have the distance to do so. Here I was trying to take a driver over the right-hand bunker, and it should place me even with the left-hand bunker. A quad set of bunkers fully protects this green, and it's got quite some undulations to it. Now again, was playing a fade off the tee to definitely protect myself from going in that left-hand bunker, and I played it perfectly. It was just down the right-hand side. It was a little blocked out by the trees, but I had a number and had a good club on it. Needed to knock a little bit off my pitching wedge there. Unfortunately, I pretty much hit a full shot, sent this right over the green, and had to get up and down with the big high flop here because the green was running severely away from me. There was really almost no way to stop it close to the hole. Gonna have to lag up this par putt somewhat close, almost up in the hole, but back-to-back bogeys to start the round is not ideal. It's not the type of golf I'm looking to play today. So let's see if we can turn this thing around. Kind of a gettable par 4 here on the third hole at 370 yards. There's only that bunkers down the left-hand side that protects the driving area. And with the distance I can hit my driver today, it's definitely going to be flying right over that trouble. So really, you got to play into the green. You got to make sure you got your number correct because, like I've said a couple times here, the greens are very old school and severe. Under the hole all day long. If you're on top of these holes, you're just going to have the fastest putts you've seen in your life. Today, I'm going to be facing a front right hole location. Snaking another drive right down the chute of trees and another one right down Main Street here. Unfortunately, though, this is kind of an awkward number here. 59 yards for my 59-degree sand wedge is not an ideal number for me. I hit this one about 75 onto the back fringe, and I had another very lengthy birdie putt here from the back fringe, but I did choose the putter because of the severity of the hill, and luckily I was finally to get one on down there for one of those nice, comfy tap-in pars. Alrighty, and on to the last of the opening par 4s. At 366 yards, this fourth hole is another one that's absolutely stick straight off the tee. Another one you're going to have to avoid a bunker down the left and avoid some severe greenside bunkers, and this green particularly has a very funky ridge running right through the middle of it. You can pretty much see it here from the drone. Running left to right, you've got to pick your club correctly, and I today had a pin smack on the middle of that ridge, kind of a bullseye pin today. Just that simple layup with the 2-iron off the tee. I was finally feeling a lot more comfortable with my swing. Left myself another pitching wedge into this middle green. A really well-struck shot here. I finally felt like I had 2 well-struck shots in a row and had a very, very makeable birdie putt here from only about 8 or 10 feet. There we go, rolling that in, getting us back to 1 over par, and we're on to the first par 3 of the day. Sitting here up against the giant lake that kind of the entire golf course surrounds, this long par 3 at 197 yards is going to play to this triangular green, but there's no bunkers to worry about at all. Just a lot of mounding and grass to worry about around the green. Now here I was trying to play a 6-iron just straight to the middle of the green as I was facing a tucked back hole location on this triangular green. And here I just had to get myself up and down from a very tight lie to a very short-sighted hole location. And I was able to land that one perfectly soft. Look at that, trickling on down to 3 feet, and just another comfy tap-in par to validate that birdie on the last. And head into the back-to-back par 5, starting with this, the most difficult hole on the front 9, and also the longest at 560 yards. The par 5 6th is going to run right up the gut in between the rest of the holes here on the front 9, so you do have a little bit of room to miss on both sides. Another bunker on the left is going to protect the driving area, but coming into the green, there's no more fairway bunkers to really contend with. The fairway is just going to neck down here. You're going to have to deal with a little bit of longer rough on the left and right, and definitely some big trees there on the right-hand side that could absolutely block out your approach shot. Now here, right around the green, you got some big, deep bunkers, some of the biggest that we've seen on the entire golf course, and luckily today, I'm going to be facing a front hole location, which is a little bit more accessible than others here on this green. So I set myself up to hit a big cut, and this was a double cross. Yank this one left right over onto the third tee box and hit some sort of a hook here to get this ball back up onto my fairway and hit it right up into the tree. Yep, just straight up into the tree and knocked down right underneath it, and I had a nice 100 yards into the green. So, I mean, I guess it worked. I mean, 100 yards into a par 5 as a third shot isn't too bad, and I was able to put this one on the green, so hey, 15 feet underneath the hole for birdie. Let's roll this one in. Unfortunately, I hit that putt just straight through the break, and to be honest, I probably played too much break to begin with. Just another par, and we're on to the next par 5, which is the easiest hole on the front 9. It's kind of strange, huh? Back-to-back par 5s. The first one's the hardest, and the next one's the absolute easiest. So what really makes this one easy, I guess, is the distance. Only 500 yards from the black tees, and that big fat tree is really blocking out a lot of the driving area unless you can control your driver and get it up and around the tree. Now there is that bunker down the fairway that's going to be protecting the layup, as that bunker is about 150 from the middle of the green. And to be honest, as opposed to a lot of the other greens here, I did find this one a little bit more tame. And it was still protected by some greenside bunkers, and the pin I was facing was going to be a back right hole location today. So the angle from this back tee box is just taking it straight up and over that tree. That tree in the middle of the fairway is really not even an issue for my ball flight. I turned this one over too much though, and I hit it just into the trees on the left. Had to play some sort of a punch shot here off my back foot, and my 4-iron is my go-to punch club. I was able to get this one to scoot pretty close down to the green, just about 20 yards short here, and trying to pitch this one up nice and close to give myself a very good birdie putt. But man, you can see the severity of where that one landed. It just kicked hard to the left, and here I got another 20-footer for birdie, hoping to roll a long one in here to get us back to even par. Oh, come on, it's always the early walk. You can't give those the early walk. You just got to let that ball drop. So the last par 3 on the front 9 here is a gorgeous one right up against the lake. Only 165 yards to the center. I was facing a back hole location, so it was going to play a full 180. And there's a lot of trouble down there to catch any sort of an errant shot. Luckily, though, if you hit it right where I did, and you hit that sort of an errant shot, it's short left and in the quote-unquote fairway of the par 3, I guess. Nonetheless, another one I got to try to get up and down for par, and this is a little lengthy and didn't quite get it all the way back to the hole. 15 to 20 feet for par is not what I like to see. That one got cozied up and given right back to me because it was a tap-in bogey, unfortunately. Now here, this used to be called Desert Island Country Club, and I think it was named specifically for this hole. The 9th hole is probably the signature here, as it's got this island fairway that you have to hit to on the par 4. Now to get over to the end of the fairway, it's about 270 from my tee box to get to the end, and about 280 to fly the water and get onto the fairway over here where you see. So naturally, these 2 bunkers that we're flying over, those are my line. I'm going to see what I can do and get that ball in the air. Coming fresh off that bogey, I was a little heated, knew I can get some juice into this one and send it into the sky. No, I connected beautifully, sent this one off, and no splash. We're safe and sound on the other side, and we just have a simple gap wedge into this green. Now to this middle hole location, I hit this gap wedge a little bit long and had to feed a long birdie putt here down the hill, and just couldn't quite get that one to drop, but it's another comfy tap-in par. Thanks everybody for watching the video here at the S at Rancho Mirage. The front 9 was okay. It was pretty fun, to be honest with you. Check out the back 9 next week. We'll check you later.